Hello, all North Node signs. Welcome to your 2025 reading. So, we're taking it back to the original spread that I started my North Node readings with. So, if you're new to the channel, welcome. And if you are returning or have moved over from Feminist Alchemist here to North Node Alchemy, welcome back. And so, let me run you through the spread that we will be doing for each sign, each North Node sign, 2025. So we have the universal energies coming in the four corners. These are the big overarching energetic themes, vibrational themes running through your year. Then we will consult the 5D, your 5D self, your higher self, what messages and guidance that version of you has for this version of you that's watching. Where do they feel you should focus your attentions for your growth and expansion? Then we will move to the 3D. What type of situations will come up in your physical reality in order to bring about those critical lessons and moments of growth and expansion? Then we will take some clarifiers and advice on how to deal with these 3D physical reality situations. The next rung of cards, I will take one in each corner to represent each quarter of the year. So when I do this spread, this particular placement of the cards changes in theme. So for this 2025 yearly reading, it will represent what expansive soul lessons you have coming in each particular season, quarter of the year. And finally, we'll take your final oracles, and that will be it. So do keep in mind that these are general readings, so not everything will resonate with you. So take what does and leave the rest for whoever else needs to hear that message at this time. Do subscribe to the channel. It does help me connect better to your energy. And it signals to your guides and my guides that you are open to receive messages through this particular channel. So with that, I will move on to each of your North Node placements. See you there. Hello, everyone with their North Node in Libra. Let's jump into your universal energies. I'm going to use 2 decks for this. So I'll just get the cards out first. I know it's in here on my fingers. It's this one. Should I take that one? No, just that one. Okay. So I was pre-shuffling your cards just to reset the energy as I do between readings, and a lot of stuff came to mind. There was an energy of caring about somebody or something that doesn't care the same way about you, and being misunderstood came through as well. So let's see what these cards are. Ooh, you have a nice pairing of numbers here. With these cards, I need to check the book to be sure, because they're numbered without the names on them. Some of them I recognize, some of them I do not. So the first one we have here is work. and that's card number 10. And then card number 22, this is from a different deck. We have the grid. I like this card. Card number 22 is the grid. We have work, the grid. I do believe number 30 I recognize as goddess, but I will double check. Yes, number 30 is goddess. Focusing. And then the last one, card number 33, ooh, lion guide. Oh, so the overall energy I have for you here, the big universal energies at work over your 2025 Libra North node. There's an energy here of you stepping into a calling. And I feel like I'm going to be saying this for almost every North Node sign, because I just feel 2025 is that with this Pluto in Aquarius age now at its beginning, many people will be stepping into alignment with a higher purpose in order to help the collective bring about the change that the collective needs to bring about. For you, there's an energy of moving. There's an energy of, so there's moving location, moving within your life. I'm being called to read what card 22 says from the guidebook. So card 22 says, this is the grid, the living energy matrix of Mother Earth and the secret pathways to other dimensions and realities of existence. The power of the sacred geometry within holds many keys that your subconscious is unlocking. This card shows your ability to explore and maneuver through other worlds and to bring information back from them. You may do this in the dream time, during meditation, or even unknowingly while completely conscious and alert. Hidden within this card are messages that only you can retrieve. Sit with this one for a while. So maybe I should hold it so that you can screenshot it or pause and look at it and get what you need to get from it, because I was getting the message that I need to read this for you. That being said, there are places and situations where you are to retrieve information from. And I kind of lost my train of thought there, but I feel that your feminine energy, whether you're male, female, or gender neutral, feminine energy is abound in your life in 2025, which is being whole unto yourself, sexually empowered, sexual energy as creative energy, the ability to create, and that's whatever. You don't have to be a creative, quote unquote, creative type, but just creating, period. And also a strong intuition, a strong sense of knowing one's self. The lion guide here, showing up in this purple, felt a Lyran presence right away. So you may resonate with the Lyran collective. You may consider yourself a Lyran starseed. You may have no idea what or who a Lyran is, right? But this lion guide is I feel it's a strong crown chakra connection. So connected to this card 22 that came in dream time, you may have very vivid dreams in 2025 that guide you to taking certain actions in the world. but I feel that this is a very intuitively guided year for you, that your actions somehow feel like you don't know where you got the idea from. It feels wholly unintellectual, although you may have a very strong inner knowing and feel very convinced of what it is you feel to do, want to do, etc. So we have divine masculine balancing the divine feminine here. We have fertility. So this is your 5D self, your higher self, and what areas they feel should be on your radar for 2025 and for your growth and expansion. We have the fourth chakra. This is going to go here, right? We have allowance, and then the fourth chakra. We have tenderness. I'm going to take this one. And the fifth chakra. Yes. Okay, I want to put this one there. And consciousness. Very nice. Very, very nice. So I've created a collection of workbooks for each North Node sign. Connect with your soul's desires and take an introspective journey into your North Node astrology. This workbook contains self-reflection exercises, guided meditations, and a curated Spotify playlist to accompany on your journey of alignment. Discover your soul today and download your workbook at feministalchemist.com. You're being asked by your higher self to have an awareness of your masculine energy and bringing it into balance. There's nothing wrong with masculine energy or feminine energy, but we are in a realm of balancing its expression within ourselves and also coming to a better understanding of what those energies are within ourselves and within the world around us, within nature. This card says the frequency of the divine masculine supports our active, focused, and strong side, facilitating our capacity to transform our dreams into form. So you're being called to be aware of what is motivating you to act. With fertility, as I said, creation, feminine energy of creation, you have something that wants to be birthed into form. It could be a version of you. But it could also be a business, a scientific idea, innovation, could be an innovation of any type. You're being asked to be aware of what you allow to come through and what you don't allow to come through because you're judging what's coming through before it has come. This has been blocking many of your creations. Because you don't necessarily see where it's going to lead you, or you don't see the long-term, the big picture and the long-term trajectory. And this is where the wisdom of the fourth chakra, which is the heart chakra, comes in, because it supports your inner guidance system. It is a place that you tap into to, let's say, it's an inner compass, or it's an inner it's like another checkpoint, if you will. When something doesn't feel good in your heart, then you know it may be coming from the ego, or it's a misaligned action or intention. Something feels good in the heart, even though you can't see where it's going to lead you. You're being asked to lead with more feeling, more joy, and less intellect, less rationality. Some of you, I feel, are in a scientific or mathematical type of field, a field where it can be very cold and calculated and unfeeling. But your higher self is asking that you allow the heart into, and this higher knowing into what you do. When you're allowing the higher knowing in, you will know that it's from a higher place of knowing and from your higher guides. When I say higher, I mean higher dimensional, meaning they're not living in the physical. And running that by your heart to verify that this is the right course of action. To be able to access the wisdom of your heart, you need to open your heart. And this tenderness is about opening your heart, is also about having more grace for yourself and for other people. If you're a very strict leader, you are being called to lighten up because allowing others' creativity to flow requires you to also release the reins that you have around people. You're being asked to release the reins around yourself that you have of criticizing your creations before you allow them to come through. Some of you work with writing, public speaking, writing papers, philosophical thought. There is a higher consciousness and a higher wisdom that wants to come through you. But you have to understand that intuition, emotion, and the heart's intelligence is part of how higher consciousness communicates with you. It's how you know. It's how you know things that you know, right? You don't just believe, you don't just think, you know it. And that knowing is a very feminine energy aspect. It is a trust in knowing because you can feel it in your nervous system. You could feel it in your heart. You can sense it. And from that belief, you are led to evidence of its existence, right? So if you are, I know I keep talking about scientific fields and such, so that's for a very particular person or for a particular section of you, but take this as also a way of life for some of you. If you believe something, it has no choice but to show evidence of itself in your reality. This is why we say our beliefs are so strong, right? And we have to be careful about what we actively perpetuate in our vibration as a fundamental belief, because it will show up in our reality. So you're being asked to be very aware of what you speak into reality as well. Be aware of what truths you consider truths, what beliefs you consider truths, and be open to those truths being expanded upon and some of them being negated by your openness to other parts of your consciousness proving or disproving your theories. That can be in relationships and just in everyday life. But for some of you, this is very connected to your work. there are some innovative people in this Libra North Node group that is watching this now, or will come to watch this whenever it comes across your path. Let's see what's happening in your 3D reality. For some of you, you're just not, let's say, summary. We want me to do the summary. Some of y'all just not living in the heart. And you're being advised to be more connected to your heart space in order to guide your life. Let's see what's going to show up in your 3D reality as opportunities for expansion. We have the Nine of Cups in reverse and the Emperor that came out together. We have the Tower in reverse. The Eight of Pentacles. And the Seven of Pentacles. So, at the bottom of the deck, you have the King of Wands. Okay. What is going to show up in your physical reality, Libra North Node? Well, you'll have some decisions to make. I mean, it's fairly straightforward. You're being asked to live from the heart. You're going to be faced with many situations where you have to make decisions about whether you're which part are you going to listen to? Are you going to listen to your intellect, or are you going to listen to your intuition? Your intellect is not a bad thing. We're just saying that there needs to be a balance. There needs to be a balance. Now, those situations that come up may bring a resistance from within yourself and from others around you. I feel it'll be more within yourself. I'm feeling that you're used to working very hard and proving yourself somehow. And the thought of kind of leaning back and letting something come to you is very uncomfortable. Now, yes, so a resistance in your beliefs being changed or modified. So you will encounter situations where your beliefs need to be modified, which means you will have a lot of learning situations come up. Learning situations in your reality. I feel that you're going to encounter some people who are successful and they work in a very, say, feminine energy. Very creative, very kind of go with what seems like their own flow. And that doesn't have to mean that they're chaotic or they can't be relied on or they're irrational, but they're able to go with the flow, yet they still get their work done, yet they still create a physical reality that's pleasant to them. And they may have more pleasantness, joy, and happiness and fulfillment in their life, even though they may not materially have as much. But I do feel that there's also going to be representations of material value that even you can get, even in small ways. You may see examples of them in your environment. You may also be gifted with small tokens of um, physical manifestations that show what can happen with the alignment of your intuition and leaning into more feminine energy. The Seven of Pentacles here. Oh, yeah. With those examples, you're going to be tested that you're able to trust and allow things to gestate, allow things to be birthed into form. They have to sit in the soil, they have to be sunned and watered and fertilized and nutrients and all of that. So you'll find in 2025 that you may not be able to push things forward. It will be frustrating if you keep trying to push things to happen. You cannot yell at a rose bush. I have a rose bush on the table here. Hello. You can't yell at a rose bush and tell it to grow. You cannot force it to grow. And if you do some, I don't know, gardening tricks to force it to bloom, they usually don't stay as healthy bloomed for as long as if you just let the process happen as it needs to happen by giving it what it needs on a daily basis. Let's see what your advice is for navigating these physical situations. If you're wondering how you can work with the North Node in your life, check out my free tip sheet for living in your North Node. It helps you move with conscious awareness and offers practical steps for integrating the North Node in your life. This 2-page download gives you a summary of your North Node sign and a chart of key actions that you can take. Download your free tip sheet today at feministalchemist.com. We have the Five of Jars. Of the Seven of Swords in reverse and Temperance in reverse. And the Eight of Pentacles, please. We have Three of Wands in reverse. And on the Tower, advice for the Tower. I'm going to take that. And the Princess of Swords and the Eight of Wands. Oh, and on the bottom of the deck, you have the King of Wands again. Da, da, da. You have it twice on both tarot decks that I use. So, yeah. So that tells me that for the majority of you watching this reading, that King of Wands energy is underlying your energy. And maybe it's where you've been active, very persistent at moving forward, persistent at moving forward, at creating plans and acting on plans and strategies, as opposed to letting things unfold and letting yourself be guided to the next step. So your advice for the Nine of Cups in reverse and the Emperor, Five of Jars, coming to terms with disappointment. There are things that you can no longer push forward. There are things that are just not going to work, and not for lack of you trying, but because they are not meant for you. And how you know they're not meant for you is because they didn't feel good to you in the first place. You just thought it was a good idea. Right? Or that's just what people do, or something like this, right? You are to take heed that not everything you want is what's good for you. And if you are going down a path and think that this is the next best step, the universe is guiding you to say, no, it is not. So when it's not working, don't bang your head into the wall. Just accept that it's not working and look for what is working, because that is how the universe is trying to guide you down a path that is fruitful and fulfilling. On the Seven of Pentacles, we have the Seven of Swords in reverse and card 14, Temperance in reverse. Oh, yeah. So there's this underlying that is the allowance card that we had from your 5D self. I feel like we're getting just different ways of saying the same thing. There, you need to sit down with yourself, with your guides, with the universe, and sense with more of your being what are the appropriate actions to take. Where is life leading me? Where is the universe leading me? Where is the earth leading me? If you haven't looked at your Earth Star Chakra reading on this channel, you may be interested in reading checking out that reading. Because there's a big message here of your intellect pushing you, like leading you away from your life path and the universe trying to bring you back. This lion guide is trying to slow you down of going full speed ahead in the wrong direction, or in a direction that is leading you away from a path of passion, purpose, and authenticity, which is my motto, by the way. And if you go down to the Three of Wands here in reverse on the Eight of Pentacles, again, it's slow down. Where are you going? Where are you going? You can go somewhere. I mean, that was the first thing I got, is that you will be going somewhere. But I feel that there are lessons to be learned where you are before you can go anywhere else. So if you were planning a move, for example, or to move upward mobility in your organization, or so let's take into account Libra North Node that your South Node is in Aries. I feel that you've been comfortable with pushing your agenda and pushing forward. And that could be in relationships or business. That could be in your personal development goals. But in some area of your life, you're comfortable with saying, screw everyone else, I'm just going to go ahead. This is not serving your purpose any longer. There needs to be a slowing down and reassessment, because there are people around you that you can learn from. People, at least in 2025, there's going to be people and situations around you that you will be able to learn from. And some of those beings that you will learn from are not in flesh. So opening yourself up to your guides, opening your consciousness. We have the Tower in reverse. We have the Princess of Swords and the Eight of Wands. Yeah. Be open to this new way of being and thinking. It's also allowing your mind to just settle. Because I feel during this reading, I'm feeling a very frantic kind of thought process, a lot of thinking, right? And be aware that your thoughts are turning into things. And if you don't sit down and reevaluate and put in another checkpoint, another body on the jury, which is your heart, then you'll keep creating what you've been creating, and they will not be inspired creations. there are some inspired creations for you to bring about, and they will come quite quickly if you actually, all of your manifestations will be quick. You do need to pay attention so that you can see, and then you're being asked to be curious and to kind of test out. Let me see if I can make this happen. Let me see if I can bring this about. Through the alignment of your heart and your mind and your third eye and your throat chakra. What are you speaking into existence? You got a lot going on in your head, Libra North Node. This is what I'm feeling. And yeah, Libra North Node, you need more balance, 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 balance. Balance between your masculine and feminine energies, and balance between you and between being an individual and being part of a group, being part of a collective. Let's see what your soul lessons, what your expansion will be in each quarter of the year. Start with January, February, March. I'm going to take this one on the bottom. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, October, November, December. I don't feel that. October, November, December. Okay, yeah. Necessarily were able to imagine before. Or it is one that you've imagined before, but you imagined it so long ago and you had kind of given up on that dream, or it's very far in the back burner because your life turned out very different than what this emotional reality was, or the emotional reality that you were seeking seems so far out of reach. So yes, we have the end of an emotional reality that opens a gift to a new emotional reality. That's the first 6 months of 2025. The next 3 months, July, August, September, we have the King of Pentacles, the commander. He does not look like the nicest guy here. However, I feel that this is you in your power of expressing your truth and being almost relentless about that emotional reality being rooted in physical reality as well. I feel that this could also signify a person coming into your life that helps you step back from being the leader pushing forward, and you feel a very, very comfortable emotional connection with this person, intuitive connection with this person. So this could be a new business partnership, a new friendship. This could be the person that shows you this Eight of Pentacles lesson of being able to move with your intuition more confidently and with more grace and ease. But definitely you're going to be learning and implementing some new manifestation skills that are rooted in divine feminine energy. And the Four of Lotuses here towards the end of the year, October, November, December. I feel that in this case, you'll be washing away. This will be the full circle of whatever unknown situation sparked this new emotional reality. You'll be washing it clean, releasing it fully in the last 3 months of the year. You'll be able to come to terms with it, release it, and the last remnants of it will be gone, of your former emotional reality will be gone towards the end of the year. And there will be a more balanced Libra North Node here. Let's get your final oracles. We have Electra, number 13, Goddess of Balance, Equality. I create and foster reciprocal relationships. I want to take this one from the bottom. Maya, 4, Universal Midwife, Birth. I birth fruitful and sacred assignments. I'm just telling you, there's something here about, the first card that came in here is work. So your work life can be really what is transforming in 2025, which that I feel that's the primary energy that came through. I do have to say that's it. Now your work life does not, you can take the word work as it resonates with you. And I do feel like it's this one, but I may take this one too. Yeah. Okay, nice. And then you have Asterope, number 35, the Lapis Lazuli star, Starlight. My inner vision guides me to my higher purpose. That's very appropriate on this end here by the consciousness card and the throat chakra. And then we have card number 7, the Cosmic Enchantress, Wishcraft, I attract a steady flow of abundance, also coming through by the Commander / King of Pentacles. So, yeah, that is your reading, Libra North Node. Do check out the North Node resources linked in the description box below, and I will see you next time for whichever timeless reading I am asked to bring about for the North Node. So until then, I will see you. Take care, be well, and stay blessed. Bye for now.